OPEYEMI.
Please, you're live on radio. You're welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Shangisha.
Okay. Your name?
My name is Austin.
Okay, Austin from Shangisha. You're welcome.
What I want to contribute is that you asked the labor man, Mr. Chris Onyeka, question about the trust. If Nigeria really trusts them to go with the strike, I want to ask Mr. Nealis, how come they become suddenly weak this time around? Because under President Tinubu Obasanjo, we know when Adam Soshomole was there, we know how they carry on with their labor activities, even under Jonathan. So why did the labor suddenly become so weak? They are not acting in this administration.
I think I can give an idea. Yes.
The fuel subsidy was removed. The electricity hike was there was
implemented.
So why can't they act?
Thank you very much. Well, in the early 2000s, that's the early days of the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, the NLC was a centralized body. What that means is, if the NUC, or if the NUT rather, Nigerian Union of Teachers, want to protest, the entire NLC is joining in. If the NMA, that's the Nigerian Medical Association, want to protest, the entire NLC is joining in. Under the administration, under the leadership rather, of the present senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, the former governor of Edo State, Senator Adam Oshiomhole, the NLC was centralized. But the moment the NLC was decentralized, that means NLC, NBA is having protests, the NUT goes on with their own, Pengasan is having issues with the government, the Nigerian Union of Teachers are just doing their own. So I think the decentralization of the NLC really kind of broke down the strength or the communalism in the activities of the union. So I just feel maybe that would answer the question that the last caller asked. Straight up, let me talk to Mr. Lakunle. Hello, good evening.
Thank you very much, Ope.
Welcome back.
Quickly.
Let's make it quick.
Yes. Basically, I was just trying to, give out the problems that have happened and how, because we know generation, government is paying them. That's what led to the issue of saying that 20% of the biggest users of power, you understand, they do 2.1 trillion out of the 3.2 trillion they are owing them. So that's why they went with their band A, B, C. So that you understand that 20% of the richest people who pay for power, they should be able to pay more. I think that's why they did that. But the biggest problem I said is that the discourse went to cronies, and we don't have the right set of people who have the kind of money that industry needs. So we'll continue to suffer that. The major challenge we now have is that we need Siemens to come and complete the deal we signed with them. And that you will need to part with at least $300 million as our counterpart funding to be able to allow them to do the 2.3 billion. And we have not done that part. So it's still hanging with all our currency issues and all of that. In addition to that, we've been able to get substations, transformers, and all of that. But what I'm trying to say in essence is that you still have about 14,000 kilometers of cables to be laid and repaired. Some part of it also for the distribution transmission, about 22,000 kilometers to deal with and 14,000 for distribution too. So it's a long walk, but at least I said they must be able to ameliorate Nigerians' pain. And the biggest of it is estimated billing. And I know government with PPI have said they are going to roll out 3 million meters. Where that will reach, I don't know, but at least it's at least a good something in the right direction, because we know these discos will not do it. So anyhow, government needs to do it. We need to find a way to stop this estimated billing. It's the biggest challenge we have with power. Because if you don't use power, you won't pay.
I shouldn't pay.
That's the key thing.
Period.
Yes, that's true.
Thank you, Mr. Lukayode. Thank you very much. It's as simple as that. If you don't use power, you don't have to pay. If I don't spend my data is there. Even if I do monthly subscription, it rolls over into the next month. Exactly. If I have my airtime on my phone and I don't use it to make calls, it's always there on my phone. So if you give me meter and I'm going out, I switch off, I break my circuits, and my light is there, nobody's using it, nobody's tapping into it, and everything stays the way it is. I would always say this: the biggest scam we have in the power sector in this country has got to be the issue of the estimated billing. It's pure stealing. There's no two ways about it. You bring bills for me and I ask you, how did you arrive at this number? Even when I travel for a month, I'm not at home, you still bring the same bill that I paid last month. Even when you didn't bring light up to 2 times or 2 days in a whole month, you still bring the same billing. How did you arrive at these numbers? They will tell your God, now so that they give us. Okay, Chijoke Azu on Facebook is saying 1 year done by Tinubu, and it is us, including INEC chairman and the Supreme Court. Okay, this is a lot. He said, okay, can you name one good policy the government has implemented? It is all about more taxes, higher tariffs, insecurity, borrowing to finance white elephant project like the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. I've been at this man, they said built Lagos. I don't think so. A pint of Gary is 4,000, ordinary Gary. The scale of 1 to 20, I rate this government 0.05. Companies are folding up, jobs are being lost, hunger has become the part of the many. Yet the security operatives don't know where Yaya Bello is. May God deliver the country. The country needs. Okay. Thank you very much, Chijoke Azu. I'm not going to take the last part of your message. Definitely not on this space. Akimbi Solar Steven says, okay, thank you for the greetings. Since the infamous announcement of fuel subsidy removal, the economy of the great country had been on standstill. Hundreds of Nigerians are dying daily as a result of hunger. Companies are now relocating to the neighboring countries as a result of inconsistency in the policies of the government. Let all Nigerians speak in one voice and boycott the 4 stations until the government revert to the old price. It's my pleasure to have you.
Yeah, even today.
Yeah.
In fact, I've not been that active on Friday. Even when you are passing along the road and you join them and protest. Because one, we need all these protests. This is a very important one. Because it has to do with all of us. All of us. You know, I told you last week. Then.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. OPEYEMI.
You're welcome.
I don't know if you don't pick me up. See my dear. You see, OPEYEMI, if the disco decide to pretend a few years, because they have never it's a brain life. Now, that's the first planning. For the moment they sold this thing to the organization who are not competent, they don't have resources, they are not telling exactly that they don't have resources to manage the organization. This is where the problem lies. If you can't give the pay meter, you are giving me estimated bill every month. Is it not ridiculous? I don't want it. It will not happen. Mr. President has said something. He said, if I don't give you the pay meter, people will let me 24/7, don't vote for me for 2027. Yes, no, he only for years in my salary. If he say, I will just dump in the way I dump others. He must make sure he compare these people. So give up pay meter, or they take it away from them. Now, I've been asked for meter about 3.5 years ago. See now, I remind them about 3 months ago. They never give it to me. What are they doing? I challenge them. I say you are when you talk of fraud, when you talk of corruption, it's the house of corruption build the NEPA office. They must start away with this. And the moment we fail to tame the corruption, the most called corruption, not it's better for Nigeria.
Thank you.
Through your media, you must tell them. Mr. Friend will take away this organization for them if they can't give up 15 meters. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise. You always have a way of, wrapping up the conversation for us. Well, like I said, we have to step down. The conversation we started last week, Thursday, which is the scorecard series, where we're pulling through every single public office holder from Taraba to Bayelsa, from Ebonyi to Abeokuta, everyone we can reach out to would always ask them questions. And the summary of the conversation is, what have you done in the last 1 year, whether as a governor, as a commissioner, as a minister, or as the director or the head of agencies in the country, House of Assembly members, local government chairman. What have you done in the last 1 year? The situation will provide that platform for us to assess the scorecard. And we started off last week Thursday. We also had people join us from our 2 commissioners for transport and information join us from Plateau State. Today we're supposed to have the commissioner for youth from Kwara State. Unfortunately, we had to step that aside to have the conversation about the NLC and the TUC. Thank you so much for the leadership of the NLC from Lagos State, and of course the Deputy Secretary of the Nigerian Labour Congress joining me from Abuja on the show today. Let's hope that things would get better as we continue to have this conversation. Public office is about leadership, accountability, and competence. My name is OPEYEMI AKIYODE. Thank you to everyone that made this show a success. We'll continue the conversation tomorrow by 4 o'clock, but by 5:30 the full news would come through, and by 6 o'clock we'll be back for Sport Cruise on Mina 98.3 FM. $67 million, million naira is the rumored amount that will be paid Coach Finidi George. Join us by 6 o'clock for all of that and more.